my voice again.
Help!
I need to borrow Al's voice so I can project, but I want to thank everybody for coming out. We had a great turnout. We had over 100 people here, and in this kind of weather. Of course, the food was excellent. I do want to thank. I want to thank Al Steed Jr., board member, for helping pull this together. We had Dave Knight, one of our executive members, who's been doing all the cooking. And you know, just everybody that brought food. I mean, we got desserts over here that are unbelievable. You guys know how to eat out here in Roanoke. No doubt about it. Some of the finest food comes out this way when we have picnics. And
they kind of raised the bar for us in Richmond.
Yeah, they do. They do.
We'll have to have Chesterfield.
We'll have to make sure you guys come down to our Richmond picnics. Actually, we may be doing a similar one in Chesterfield. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyhow, I would like to, while I'm acknowledging people, also we have Dan Casey here. Dan works. No, he's been here since early on. We both got here at the same time, and you know, while I think we drive each other crazy, I have to, you know, I'm glad he came out. I truly am. So I want to talk about a little bit why we're here. Well, you know, we're here because the bottom line is the government is supposed to be serving us. They're our servants. We're not their subjects, and consequently, when laws are written, things that we're expected to obey, they should be written in such a way that they are understood easily. Now, I know that's a big order. There's all kinds of laws. We got far more laws than we ever needed. You know, it was all done with 10 commandments at one time, and now we're out to shelf after shelf after shelf of books, and we're supposed to know this stuff. Of course, we all know that nobody can know it all. But at least if somebody wants to look up, geez, I'm gonna have a picnic in a park in Roanoke County. I want to look at the law to make sure, as a law-abiding citizen, that I'm not going to break a law. You should be able to pick up the code book and look at it and say, yep, I'm good to go. But not in Roanoke County. No, other counties handle it, but not here. Here you read it, and even, you know, if the police hadn't been told by the county attorney what the law was, I don't know that they would have known. It's very obtuse. And I think it's written that way intentionally. I believe that the law was written to discourage people from carrying in these parks. I don't think it was done in an honorable way. I do not believe that. I hate to say that, but I believe that's the truth. So we're here as an educational moment, basically. In the media, it gives us an opportunity to make sure that if the county won't tell you correctly what your rights are, we will tell you what your rights are. And if you want to come to a county park and enjoy a picnic while you're legally carrying your firearm, it is okay. And with 100 people standing here, most of you open carrying, we made that statement. To be fair to the police, they did know, at least when I talked to the assistant chief, he was very nice. We had a great conversation, a very professional gentleman, and they did know, and we've had no problems. But this was partially to make sure they did know, and largely to let the rest of the people that live in this county know. Now, in the Roanoke Times, there was an editorial where they said, oh, you know, if you don't know what the law is, like if you're carrying a park, just go ask a police officer. I cannot believe how naive that comment was. I believe Mr. Traybull wrote that, if I'm not mistaken, but you can't do that. I was a deputy sheriff. I didn't know all the laws. You know, you're in a classroom for a couple months. They can't cover all the laws. There's no way. Lawyers go to school for years, and they don't know all the laws. So to go to a police officer and ask him, it doesn't work. And with some of them, if they don't know, they'll make something up. So I've seen that happen because they don't want to admit they don't know. So you don't want to have to do that. It doesn't work. And then the suggestion was, oh, just go ask any government agency. Yeah, I want to call the health department and say, can you talk to me about the fine points of 18.2-308.1? If I want school property can the gun be in my glove box? They're not going to know any of that stuff, and it's crazy to think they would. No, the laws have to be written clearer. This county could write them clearer. But yet if you think that we're basically crying wolf, just guess what happened in Chesterfield 2 days ago. Somebody got kicked out of a park because they too have a bad ordinance. The police read the ordinance. The ordinance said you can't have a gun within 100 yards of a park or a school. They said you can't have a gun here. The problem was the ordinance was illegal. The ordinance was based on wording in a state law that says, yeah, you can't have a loaded gun if the county doesn't want you to, if you're hunting. I think we can agree that hunting and carrying a gun for self-defense are two different things. So there was an example where this thing totally backfired on the county. And now we're going to have to go straighten this out. I've been in touch with the county attorney's office. I've talked to the police. The police have been very polite about this. I got called by the basically the internal affairs, the group that investigates police for things of them for wrongdoing. And as soon as he told me it was internal affairs about this, I said, stop right there. We do not want these officers to have anything on their record. I don't want this is not their, yeah, they shouldn't have kicked the guys out of the park, but I can't really blame them because of the terrible way you've written this ordinance. We've got to fix the ordinance and get the word out to the officers so this doesn't happen again. And I think they could respect that. You know, we're not out to get anybody in trouble. Things happen. You write a lousy law, you're going to get lousy results. It's like computers, garbage in, garbage out. So we're going to be working on that, and don't be surprised if you don't see a picnic down that way. Although in that case, I expect it'll just be one to celebrate getting it fixed. In the extremely unusual event that Chesterfield County digs its heels in, then it'll be a protest picnic like this, where we're going to be there anyhow. But I don't envision that happening. We've had good luck with the police down there. They're very professional. That's some of the things that are going on now. There's a few other items we're working on. There are still some places that have no gun signs that shouldn't in some other localities out this way. So I guess I'm going to have to make sure my car has always got plenty of gas in it. Because we may be going to a few other counties and getting a few things straightened out. But that's how you do it, really. You know, you do it right, you go through the system, and you get it fixed. If you can't, then you can do this too. So, you know, we always make sure within the bounds of the law. So, again, I want to thank everybody that helped pull this picnic together, and all of you for coming out. This was important. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I wanted to have a good turnout. That was important. And for everybody that stood by with the rain coming and everything else that came out here, I know it's not that hard. It's fun. You guys are great. I enjoy coming out and talking to everybody, catching up. A lot of you, I know because I see you frequently. Some new faces, some new members. So I do want to thank you for that. Al, did you have anything you want to talk to the crowd about?
No, man.
Who's that? My voice.
What voice?
What voice?
I too want to thank everybody for coming out, but I owe a special bit of thanks to Dave Knight for doing a lot of the cooking.
There you go. Big clap up there.
Ken Ledick over there for doing some of the road running for us and helping out always. Several others. But last but not least is my beautiful wife and my stepdaughter for helping with all this. And we've got a grandson around here, little Steven, that gets do a lot of the toting stuff when we're loading the truck out. And little Heather here, another granddaughter, she's a good helper. But so you understand what it takes to put something like this together. We reserved this spot quite a little while back, probably 6-8 weeks ago. And the people at the Parks Department here in Roanoke County was really, really super folks to deal with. They know what they're doing. They're very courteous and very polite. We enjoy dealing with people like that. We've made 3 trips to Walmart. We've made 3 trips to Kroger. Let's see, Sam's Club with 3 trips. 1 trip to Walmart, 3 to Kroger, and somewhere else. Kroger did the beautiful cake over here for us. The young ladies back there at the bakery do a wonderful job, and I think the price is pretty doggone good too. So we do business with people that do business with us, and bottom line is we support those that help us. Good Lord saw fit to give us some rain today. I understand it's Saturday night, so we're all supposed to take the bath at least on Saturday night. So,
it gave us a captive audience. They can't go anywhere right now.
For those of you who's not used to dealing with an organization like this, newcomers, and even some older folks that's been members quite a while, we do a lot of gun shows and things like that in the area. For example, next weekend we'll be at the Salem Gun Show. We're always looking for helpers. About the best thing we can do is we'll get you in the gun show free. You get to meet an awful lot of nice people. You hear a lot of their questions and they're concerned about carry, gun laws, where to get concealed carry classes, and things of that nature.
Let me say, at a gun show, it's very common for even the vendors to tell somebody, if they ask a question about a law, anything of that nature, they say, go talk to BCDL, because they can tell you about the laws, about rules and regulations. That is that's one of the things that people look up to us at the gun show. And it's so fun to be in the booth. And you're going to be with people, if you're new, you'll be with people that do this a lot, and you are going to learn a tremendous amount quickly. It's a lot of fun. You're doing a service to your fellow gun owners. Do consider doing it.
And even the police. We've had police coming to our booths to check up on laws, to find out things that they weren't sure about.
You know, last year when some of the changes here in Virginia went into effect 7th of July, I believe it was.
1st of July.
Yeah, 1st of July, but anyway, several of the officers came up and were saying things. We gave them our little fuchsia colored card, not pink. The ladies call it pink. But we gave them that
Now
card
it's
and
tan.
explained a few things to them. And one training NCO from a real local department here, really a nice guy. He answers a lot of our questions for us, does research for us. He didn't believe a couple of things we told him. And he came back, that was on Saturday, he came back Sunday afternoon and says, guys, you're 100% right, and thank you for the information.
One of the local PDs has actually requested, and we're sending them all our little carry cards. That's the new cards. The one that used to be fuchsia is now tan for this year. And they're going to give it to all their officers, so their officers know exactly where you can and can't carry a gun for enforcing the law. And that's a smart thing to do. A lot of agencies are starting to do that with our cards now because they're so handy. And we don't forget that we did some training at Fairfax, their police department. They actually had us training their officers on gun laws. So, and how to interact with citizens. It was wonderful. It really was.
Okay, anytime we have an event, either a picnic or gun shows or whatever, we always can use the help. We always enjoy the company of like-minded people. We get people sometimes that don't have the same ideas as we do. They don't have the same background as a lot of us do. We've got everybody in the world represented. We've got lawyers, we've got doctors, we've got police officers from various different things, military people.
Liberals, conservatives.
We have an awful lot of people that work for several different newspapers that are members and direct supporters of the cause. We get a lot of information from a lot of different sources, and we're real proud of each and every one of you and the support that we do get. We'll be around for a good little while to ask questions. Dave Hicks wants to say something?
We were speaking about gun shows earlier. As long as I got a bunch of people here, put Hillsville on your calendar. Now, please, Labor Day weekend, we need all the help we can get.